How's everybody doing? So today I am working on making pewter, I guess I'll call them biscuits, out of these biscuit trays. Ingots. Basically, I'm trying to make my huge pile of pewter. So this is one of a few buckets that I have, but this is all the dented stuff. I do pull out all of the nice things to bring up to Brimfield, like the teapot, the cream, the sugar. But if I get it, like this is a good example. This one has a few dents and scratches. I'm gonna scrap it. Online, pewter sells for about $5.50 to $6 a pound, bent up like this, and in the little we'll call the biscuits or ingots, they'll bring close to $8 a pound. I'm not 100% sure what they use them for. I believe it's mostly for, so I'm pretty sure, I know pewter is mostly tin, but I'm not 100% sure what they use it for. It's probably, got a pair of pliers just in case it gets a little too hot. I'm guessing it's probably mostly for reloads or maybe for people for making sculptures. But the mini biscuit tins definitely work real well for being able to drop it into a crucible. I think about those little biscuits, it's like 2.5 or 2.25 of them weigh 1 pound. They're about 7.5 ounces each. Pewter's pretty dense, so I don't know. I think in the trash can here I have just under 200 pounds, maybe a little bit more. So it will be interesting how many biscuits I get. I think this bowl weighed about, I should have weighed it before I put it in here, 2 pounds or so. This would have been a nice one to sell, but it was inscribed, and wasn't one that was, I guess, normally with the pewter they do it pretty thick or deep in there. I'm doing it right on the edge of the garage, so I have fairly decent ventilation. Pewter is 90% tin and 10% copper. So the copper, I think, when you do this, turns to slag. Because I know I'm not getting it hot enough to melt the copper. I'm probably at 400 degrees at the most for what the temperature is. Because the little crucible thing I'm using, it's probably from the 1860s is my guess. It's all hand bent, but over here it's not even really warm to the touch. Let's say we got probably, my buddy Steve's gonna pour it just so I can film. It makes it a lot easier. Steve, you buy anything good at the flea market today?
Yeah, I found a couple of good games, a couple of good toys.
Do you find a lot of games over at that antique market? Or I always seem like if I go to a market that doesn't not known for something. I always seem to get them cheaper.
Yeah, if there's not a lot of people there looking for that stuff, it definitely better for
My bottle needs to be on an angle. I think we might be able to get 3 out of this. Or, I mean, 5 out of this. So my guess is he's put over $8 of pewter. If you look up scrap pewter or pewter lot or craft on eBay, you'll be able to see what it sells for and how it sells. I kind of recommend selling it for just smush it up with a hammer, and then you'll be able to just put it in a priority box and mail it. Instead of making these ingots, it's probably just a little bit too much work, and I'm having fun doing it. I think that got some slag in that one. We'll probably remelt that. So we got 4 altogether. That's pretty good.
That's good.
I don't know. I think I've done about 10 pounds so far. I think a bigger torch might make it easier, or Steve was suggesting a gas burner underneath. So, oh, the one thing I didn't show, I do put all the slag that's left over in here, and there are pieces of pewter, and I'm gonna melt that later and see if it does have if it's more copper or pewter. I don't know though. It was raining all day today, so it just seemed like the thing to do. Other thing I was thinking was I'm gonna get my punch set and maybe punch these BBD or something. It would just be fun. My pewter hoard. I think I'll get back to you guys and show you how many pucks or biscuits this garbage can turns into. It'll take me about a day or so. I'll try to work on it tomorrow and later. See everybody later. So we finished pouring this. Sorry if the time lapse was kind of long. We got 12 ingots, so that's probably 5 pounds of pewter on these trays. I got 2, half pours. This one right there, it's still a little warm, but it's got slag, so that's why we stopped pouring there and we went to the next tray. The other one, it's cool enough now. What's nice, since I use these aluminum cookie trays, it makes and I have an aluminum muffin tray, it makes it so these actually become pretty cool to the touch fairly fast. It's almost like sticking it in water. This one with the slag I'll probably remelt, so I'll put that with there, and they came out pretty nice. But I don't know, I definitely have a lot more pewter to melt, and I might try a bigger fire, maybe use one of these torches in a bigger pot. That might make it go a little faster, but I don't know. I'll show you how we do with this bin and how many we end up getting. So I did try switching the tips. This one kind of spreads the heat out. It seems to be working pretty good. It's all definitely need a bigger heat source if I was going to. I can always make one of those the kilns. I did order the better one for doing the silver and the copper. That actually is in, but I didn't want to waste it on the pewter, just because I know how low heat it melts at the tin. I'm pretty sure all the stuff that's in my slag, I mean, I know that I'm going to melt it again and get this tin out, but I'm pretty sure the rest of it is the copper. But I'm not 100%. If anybody knows, leave me a message. I would say it's probably less than 5% the slag. For the 22 pounds I got that I've done so far, that's all my slag. So I don't know. It will be interesting if under higher heat what that turns into. This is starting to warm up, so once you get the bowl warm, it melts really fast. I'm very surprised how long these propane fuel canisters last. My guess is it's about an hour and a half, 2 hours. But if I keep getting them for free in my cleanouts, I have about 4 more that I picked up out of the garages that I was at. Definitely a very inexpensive way to melt everything. All right. I'm gonna pull out the scale and weigh everything now. So, taking these guys out of the tins. That one I'll probably remelt, and think that leaves me with 12 good ones. But I do have the scale here, so here's 3 of them. It's 1.6 pounds. I'll do another 3. And 3 more. So 12 is going to be equal to 5.5 pounds. That's pretty good. I could actually take one off and still have. So 11 is 5 pounds. Definitely, they're definitely heavier than they look. But I've been having fun making them. That's kind of the other thing. If it wasn't fun, I probably wouldn't be messing with it. Pretty sure I'm just gonna stockpile them away right now. Tin, since these are primarily tin, they end up they're worth decent money. I'm surprised how much tin is by the pound. It looks like that's 11 pounds. It should. Thought that was 11-pound scale. Yeah. I got this scale at house clean out. It was definitely one of the better scales I've gotten. Normally they're like 6-pound scales. So I got about 22 pounds done so far. Gonna take the kids trick-or-treating, so I'll probably finish the rest of this tomorrow or the next day. It's definitely going to be fun. Gabby's going to be a vampire, and my son's going to be a skeleton from Fortnite. But it is what it is. They'll have fun. Hopefully the rain stays away. If you guys haven't yet, please subscribe, and thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, I'll try to do more things with melting and all that other stuff, especially as it gets colder. All right, see everybody later. Peace.